We are best.
There's the life. Killer Shack is where Hatch should be.
You sure it wasn't the main building one?
No, because it said Killer Shack.
Okay. Because I know they look very similar, which pisses me off.
I had to specifically look at it in game for it. And it said tremendously. Still could spawn outside of Killer Shack.
Well, if you remember, Hatch, Killer Shack, and Maine, and seeing the hooks and basements are look exactly the same.
Yeah. Which they should really change the icons so they look slightly different.
No, they need to change it to where it's noticeably different, and that doesn't help on this map. Lethal.
I don't know who it is, but I think they're upstairs.
Oh, it's Plague. It's my killer.
Oh.
And yes, they are definitely upstairs because I'm trapped in the bathroom.
Downstairs bathroom?
Upstairs. And the only reason I knew that is because I had a hole in the floor. Oh, that's not a door I want to go into.
I took my hand off the controller. Oh. Oh no, I'm taking your strategies.
What do you mean?
Hiding in plain sight.
Oh. Well, don't do that.
I thought that would work. It didn't. It worked for a little bit.
Are you stupid? Oh my god, we're all dead.
Hi there. I'm not giving you anything because, like, any shit. Because, oh, you're taking me to basement. Okay, I will give you shit on this one, but
Damn it. She got her fucking power.
Yep.
You don't cleanse till after your second hook. Because now she can insta down.
That one's regressing. That was the one. Now we have only 3 fountains before they start respawning.
That's the thing. Hers don't respawn. I'm seriously about to DC because our teammates are so fucking stupid. You know what? This is what we're doing. Good luck. You would fucking save me. You know what? Come here, killer. Here. Nope, come here.
Do you want me to pick you up or no?
No.
Okay. I'm right behind you. That's why I was asking.
Nope, I'm accepting my fate because this is bullshit. She's going to you.
Yep. I've accepted my fate too. I've accepted.
That's the thing about Plague. Her fountains don't respawn.
No, one had respawned. One.
Is she purposely slugging me?
I think she is.
Where's she at? Killer! Watch, I'm just gonna be running around this entire time to look for her. Killer, where you at? Come here, baby. I'm sure bet she's upstairs.
I'll bet a lot. I keep getting a flare up of heartbeat. Oh, nope. I think she is heading towards the nurse's office.
Oh, she's downstairs.
I've accepted my fate. That's why I'm not getting off gens. You've told me multiple times, playing against Plague, don't cleanse till second hook.
Yep. Do you know why?
Because if you cleanse before second hook, guess what? She gets her power. That can instantly down.
Dude, she's purposely slugging me.
You're not the obsession, so why are you purposely slugging? Because streamer? Question mark?
No. No. I'm not dealing with fucking idiots. I'm sorry.
You hid in a locker right in front of the killer.
I don't care if I earned, like, no points. That round was bullshit.
Yeah.
You don't go up against killers without knowing them.
Also, why you don't vaccine with a nemesis until second hook. It's the same problem with the plague. If you vaccine, you give him power.
Now that one I didn't know. But, I also don't have Nemi, so I can't read up on him.
It's not a significant amount, but...
Not like when he kills a zombie.
yeah. And there are only a limited amount of chests around the map that don't respawn. Alright, time to be a part of the corn. I'm home. I'm a part of the corn.
No lethal. I was waiting for you to shut up so I could say it. Nurse?
Yeah. No fear.
Dude! I'm going to basement. No iron grasp as well.
Ba-ba-da. Hello. Let's run.
You
Before,
think?
before she figures out where I was hiding. Took your protection hit. Ah, you teleported back around on me. I haven't seen a nurse in a while. Going to basement.
Guess what?
Hey, hello.
Hi.
Let's ride.
Far, far away from basement.
Yes. I did not bring any healing bird. Do you have nurses calling?
I don't think so, because no distortion ticks went away. Oh, there we go. Haunted ground.
Wait, what? Wait, what? I walked in front of her.
I'm coming, baby.
Yay. The Michaela's on the other side. Ow.
Yeah, but I get the save. You can stay right here. The hook's down.
Oh, yeah. I need my back rub.
Distortion tick. Just no. Back. Go that way. Go that way. Yeah.
What? What?
What?
Michaela was behind you.
But she fell for that.
What?
The nurse fell for that.
I wanna go home. I wanna be a part of what I am. Let me die in the corn.
Distortion tech. What does she have? That every time somebody gets unhooked, you see auras. And another distortion tech. What the fuck is this? Seriously, what in the fuck is this? And she's tunneling. I'm dead. Hatchet Killer Shack, by the way.
Am I about to die again?
I mean, she's a tunneling bitch, so... Also, the killer's name is Karma.
What? Your radius was on the other side on my screen. And I was one away from pipping. Wow. Why does your stream keep getting desynced?
Ask OBS, because I have no idea.
It's not OBS, it's YouTube.
Desynced?
Yeah, because it's... I just switched to another tab and it somehow stops being the live. Because I wanted to see your screen, and apparently we were still in the other map. So I had to click the live button on the bottom of YouTube.
No, all you
You
have
go
to
to the-
do is reload it. Because anytime you go to a different tab, it does that.
Very internal.
Wow, you really did that one to yourself, mortal.
Yep. What are you doing, nurse?
She's trying to let her escape. She doesn't want to hook her. She's going after Michaela. Because Michaela's been hiding most of this match. As you can see, hiding in a locker.
Yep.
Huh. Oh, that's so toxic.
What, get the unhook and then start the chase?
But the thing is, she's not even going for the Yui. She tunneled the Michaela out.
Oh no.
And Yui was right there the entire time. And now the nurse is going away from her.
Are they working together?
Gave her Hatch.
Sloppy Butcher. Rancor. Haunted Ground. And Nurses Calling. Each time a generator is completed, all survivors' locations are revealed to you for 30 seconds.
That's why. That's why my distortion just went bye-bye.
Oh, cool, the meat plant. And I started in the office.
Distortion. More than likely lethal.
Fearmonger. Purple.
Mikey.
Yep, and he's on me. He's gonna get tier 2 if I don't get him off me. I dropped the pallet on the wrong side. You were stalking very close. You could have been very far away. There's a lantern?
Lightborn, I think. Tier 3?
Well, I'm sorry.
My biggest thing is he gonna be infinite? Is this you?
Yes.
Go.
That's not a gen.
Not
That's not a
infinite.
gen. It's a gen. Yes. Those rats are huge.
Can't do anything if you're not in the line of sight.
Controller disconnected.
How the fuck did you get there? You are not that fast of a walker. You should not have been right up on my ass when you were 2 feet away to begin with.
What does Lightborn do?
I don't know.
Is he camping you?
Uh-uh. I'm trying to stop you, damn it.
Okay, I was trying to find the gen nearby.
Tier 3.
Oh, you're not tunneling.
Just let me die. This is bullshit.
Well, there's basement.
I'm just struggling for points. I didn't want to be saved, but okay. Mikey, come here. Mikey, 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 Mikey. Hey. Oh. Yeah, pick me up first. You can't place me there, idiot. I say after this match, since we're just getting horrible matches, we switched to 14.
Yep. I know the hatch was gonna be downstairs, but I had a feeling I was getting chased while that entire thing was going on.
Yeah!
Yes! Oh! Oh my god. Oh. I heard it as I turned the corner and I'm like, oh, I know where this is.
Now I've got a question for you.
Yeah?
Why can you hear patch, but you can never hear where enemies are in Valorant?
I don't know.
Now do you see why I'm like, your headphones have to be backwards, because you're a fucking idiot.
Oh, I just got that. Wow. That's a odd achievement.
So can I just say, I got Jake up to 44 when he was level 10 in the Blood Web, and I got Meg to Prestige.
Nice.
Alright, I'm done. I'm switching over.
Alright. Uh,
What's that? Let me go over here. You know, I don't remember where we left off.
He's back. You would just return to the castle after you did specifically, because we just saved all the people. And you brought them back to have the memorial. It's their people.
because I built Yoon's house after saving that town with the fire sprites.
Oh, yeah. Then I have the wrong map up. Did we not have combat during that? I thought we did have combat during the session.
Mm-mm. Oh, didn't I get like healing kits?
You did.
I should add that to the component pouch, shouldn't I?
You should. Oh, we did have combat, but I was on the wrong map for combat.
Are they potions?
5e healing.
Healer's kit.
Healer's kit. Yep.
And then I had 3 of them, right?
Yes, you bought 3 of them.
Okay.
I know what combat counter I want to do. Why did I hit? D&D Beyond, you're being very weird.
I can change the color of the dice?
Yep. We're in a postal.
I can't. It's only black and white or red and black.
Oh yeah, because you fought the giant thing.
Uh-huh. After that one, didn't you say we needed to take a level up, but you forgot?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna do that before we do anything.
That'll actually make. Okay. Awesome.
Beginning at 10th level, the magic you channel helps ward off harm. While you maintain concentration on a spell, you have a +2 bonus to AC and all saving throws. Alright. I don't know what that means.
Some spells you can hold. So, like, holding a spell, like, on someone is holding concentration. And when holding concentration in D&D means you roll, like, your check for that spell again, just to make sure it holds up for that next turn. You can't, like, attack during that turn, because you're technically, oh shit, I need to hold this person in place.
So would that be like my at will? Like, the mold earth?
Yes. Some spells will specifically say concentration when casting. Like, Flame Blade, my Flame Blade is a concentration spell, but I can hold it. Like, oh. Yep.
I didn't know at the 5th level I could cast blindness and deafness to 3 different targets for a minute.
Hmm.
And I can
then.
use Jem's magic missile. It says count +4.
Nice. Alright. I have what I think would be alright for an enemy. Unless you want to fight a freaking unicorn.
No, I would try to talk to the unicorn.
Wood? Okay, what? What is this? Okay. I know what I want. Comment. Where did it go? It was within the 5th.
Oh. Babe.
What?
At level 5, guess what I can do?
What?
I can cast invisibility on 3 different people.
Yay! Still, somewhat. Ugh. All right. Are you ready?
Waiting for you.
All right. As you seem to wake up, the cart's rolling forward, and the horses seem to have been going by themselves while you were asleep. Because you can hear Yin snoring. In the back. And the animals had, like, crawled onto your lap and just knocked out on your lap. As the wheels just are hitting rocks and everything so often. Until Yin wakes up, she looks around and she's like, are we there yet?
I look back to her as I rub my eye. I don't know, it seems like the horses went by themselves all night.
She looks out and she's like, is it night or day?
I
And
look up to the sky. It's very early morning.
how can you tell? And as she's saying this, you start to see what she means as a thick fog. Like, I'm going to use the Scooby Doo imagery. You know Scooby Doo like cutting through the fog with the butter knife? It's about
Oh,
that thick.
Jesus. You would have to bring that up. I haven't seen that one in forever.
But it's that type of fog. Uh, is this you or we just stroll into something?
What do you mean?
The fog.
What about it? It's normal.
You you think this is normal?
You haven't seen my hometown, have you?
No.
This is every morning.
Well, can you at least keep us on the path?
No.
She looks at you. Are you joking?
Look, back when I was at home, if it was this bad outside, we stayed inside. We didn't go down a road.
As you're saying this, the reins that you're holding go limp. Like the horses have disappeared.
What the fuck?
What?
You want to come check this out?
She grabs the reins and they're limp and she's just like, what's going on?
I get out of the wagon, holding on to it to make sure I'm not getting lost. And I go to where the horses would be.
As you get closer, the cart gets out of you. And you follow your hands along the reins. And they go up. And there's the horses right there. You touch both of them. They're perfectly fine. But you go back down to the reins and the reins to the cart are limp. It's almost like they're in two separate areas.
What in the hell is going on?
As I don't want to say, as you're asking this question, you feel a tug. Like you feel something pull at you psychic from the fog.
almost like a ghost type thing.
Yeah. But this one's slightly more intrusive.
I turn around, still holding onto the cart.
As you're like, you feel it, he's like, why have you crossed into my area?
Your area? Man, we just woke up.
I see that. And he comes out, hands together, and you see a man with basically an entire octopus for a face.
Eileen, I like sit down on the reins where the horses would be. Like, you know, the
No, the horses
when
are still there.
no,
Like the
that's not what I'm saying. You know how with a pull wagon they have the bars that are connected to the wagon that connect to the horses to where the horses can pull the wagon.
yeah.
I sit down on that and I look towards the man. I'm sorry, that got completely confusing. Um, so if you know that we just woke up, why did you ask why we're here?
Because people don't come out this far.
Well, that would be the horses for you. They were going all night.
He takes a step closer to you, touching one of the horses. Well, I'm sorry, but I need to ask you to turn around, please.
It's whatever you're asking us to turn around for having to do with this fog.
Yes.
If you tell us the situation, we might leave.
He literally just points to his face. More people that look like this?
Did this happen overnight? Or
More like unwilling service.
I did not understand a word of that?
As he's saying that, you can kind of see that underneath the tentacles, he has a sinister smile to him.
But that's what I'm saying. I didn't understand the last two words that you just said.
What the fuck did I just say? I actually have to roll the tape. Why did YouTube just stop playing audio?
I don't know. You said it's been more like something something with a sinister smile on his face. Alright, stomach shut.
Unwilling service.
What does that mean?
He just like seeing your confusion. He is going to cast he is going to cast Shocking Grass.
The fuck?
He's going to try it and reach out and touch you and cast Shocking Grass.
Shocking grass?
Yes. And you are not wearing armor made of metal.
No, but my armor class is 13. Does that ever go up?
You have to buy armor. Or find armor. Well, he does not have a very good attack rating. I am also going to ask you to roll for initiative.
15.
Give me 1 second because the board is very dark or very light. I just need a path. And not that one. This one. And Yin needs to roll for initiative. And our friend here needs to roll. This is 1. Yin is first, you are second, our fellow here is last. So, he has tried to shocking grasp, and as he reaches out, you kind of see like the sparks of lightning. You bat the hand away, and immediately that sinister grin curls up more, and you can see that he's got more sharp teeth underneath.
You keep cutting out. He's got more dark something underneath.
Sharp teeth.
Oh.
Sharp teeth underneath. Okay, I don't have the stream up anymore, so I can't listen to myself.
You know, you could have just muted the tab, right?
I could have. And with that, you are just going to hear stomping and running as Yin just comes barreling in. She looks at you, looks at him, and she just reaches for her axe.
But the thing is, he didn't know she was there, so she could have made a surprise attack.
She could have, but you know how Yin is. What is surprise?
Alright, just continue.
And she is going to try and strike. Well, first she's going to rage. And then advantage. Thank you, game. And what is it? It's 3. 15. I need to actually bring up this. Oh. Yes. Yeah. 56 damage, and she will use Flame Blade. And she misses. She draws the axe, double hands it, and just gives a nice, good wind up as she sends it right into his side. She brings it back. You can see that his blood is purple. And then she produces the flame blade and sticks it in. But it seems not to damage him at all. Like he's immune to it.
Then why did you type 56?
Because I get +3 to melee attack damage with strength weapons.
I know, but you just said it seemed like it didn't phase him. If it took that much health off of him, it should have phased him a little bit.
No, I missed with the flame blade. He's got magic resistance.
Oh well, then I'm fucked.
She also missed with flame blade. Like it may have hit, but
I know,
it
but I'm
did
saying
nothing.
I'm fucked. I have a
Well, you
dagger.
can.
That's it. If he's got magic resistance, all of my spells are magical.
Uh, go ahead and try.
Babe, you don't understand. There's nothing for me to try.
He has advantage on saving throws. He is not fully resistant.
Alright. We're gonna do Jim's magic missile at the 4th level.
6 missiles.
21 to hit.
That hits.
3 damage.
And
That's 24 damage.
yeah. Wow. Jim's magic missile. Normally you get really good with Jim's magic missile.
No, it would have been 21. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I said 24, but that's 7 missiles.
But that's not the number I needed. 35 damage.
And you go back to 25.
Yeah. uh, he is actually going to try.
I do have a bonus action.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Because when I looked under my actions, my bonus action. Oh, well, I guess it's 2 weapon fighting. Never mind. Because there for a second, like I thought my ice knife can sense it is technically still a
Oh,
weapon.
you could Dragon's Breath. That's counted under your bonus actions.
I know, but what I'm saying is, like my quarterstaff would still be considered a bonus action because it's a melee. So I thought the same thing was that way with my ice knife.
I think it is.
No,
Go to
it's
your
not.
bonus actions. Is it not?
2
It's
weapon
not in your.
fighting.
Look underneath because it says spells in bonus actions too.
Yeah, Dragon's Breath and Spirit Shroud. That's it.
Really, I thought Ice Knife would have been.
I thought it would have been too, but apparently not. Because you have
Hmm.
to be. Oh, well, it also has a range of 60 feet.
That's why. Because it's a ranged attack. That's why. That's
But see, it says range of 60 feet, but under notes it says 5 feet.
so. Can you summon it in 60 feet for like somebody, and then wield it in 5 feet?
I have no idea. I don't know why it says both 60 feet and 5 feet. If it's a knife, you would think it would be melee.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and use uh Dragon's Breath.
All right.
Um this time let's do it at the 5th level. 16 to hit.
Uh, it would be second level because second level would be your bonus action.
Can't though. Oh, second level. Okay. Anyway, 16 to hit.
Okay. That is what a dex saving throw. It hits. It
How does
hits
it?
by 1.
Then it
I
wouldn't
don't.
hit. You have to roll um above my hit for it to do damage. Or for it not to
No.
do damage.
Yeah, I rolled below it. It was a 15. Don't read this number because I rolled stupid on that one. It's a 15. So I hit the wrong one.
But that's a dex. It says
Oh,
right
it's not
there,
a
dex
dex.
check.
Okay, I'm going crazy or okay. Apparently it just like 16s. Okay, and I take half damage because Dragon's Breath. He takes half.
That
Just
was a 7.
7. That's 28 damage.
Now my turn is done.
Yeah. Uh, for his starting action, lightning bolt. Nope. Clairvoyance. Nope. Man, you really suck. You could mind blast, but I'm not going to do that. 'Never mind. Go ahead and roll a intelligence saving throw.
Nine.
And both sides take 23 points of damage. And I'm not adding the stun to this. You just take a large amount of psychic damage Like he threw a ball of needles into your brain. Yen is going to move forward. And she is going to try the cantrip produce flames. I do. Thank you. You watch as a small ember starts in her hand, she brings it up and she blows on it, and just an eruption of fire goes towards this creature, this man. As she stands up, she gives like a soft smile. And as the fire dissipates, you can see that he's charred and burned and has cuts and bruises everywhere. Go ahead and take your turn.
Jim's magic missile at the 5th level.
Okay.
19 to hit.
That hits.
7 damage each.
And how many is that?
I don't know. Doesn't tell
Well,
me. It says an additional 4 to my 3.
that's 7.
7.
Wow, you killed it. Over you. Because 7 times 7 is 49.
Should have done that the first time. Fuck.
You did over. It had 19 health left. And what I'm just seeing is you brought like this thing, like your thorns grew out in your palm and just shot out into him. The first 3 hit, but the next one, it hits into his head and you just see it go straight through. And then the next ones just go straight through the body, and it's just like, what the fuck? And as each one goes through, you can see like a tiny hole as it hits. And he just falls backwards from the force. As the fog dissipates. As it dissipates, you see the horses and the cart kind of like get pulled back together, and the reins get back to its regular level. As Yin just looks at you and she's like, she just has the shock look on her face as she walks back to the cart. That is the end of combat. That is not the one I wanted to get rid of. Uh,
When they say level 10 monsters are difficult.
that was level 8.
Well, I mean, still, when they say these monsters are difficult, and in 2 turns he's dead.
Fair enough. Are you saying I should throw something harder at you?
I mean, not really, but a lot of people say these monsters should be very difficult.
No. Ugh.
It probably would have been a lot more turns if you had added the stun.
Yes. Because us that stun would have lasted for 6 turns. No, 10 turns. Because each turn in D&D is 6 seconds. And it said for 1 minute. That would have been 10 turns.
Oh yeah, we would have definitely died.
Yeah, because every time you guys would have went, you had to roll against his spell DC.
All right, we'll continue.
She just drags her axe along and gets back into the cart. Not saying a word to you. As you look to the man's body on the ground, you see it fade, like kind of compress back into the ground, and all that's left are the charred, like, clothing he had.
Go back to the cart.
As you get back in and begin on your way again, Flame just goes up to you and is like, "What was that?"
I don't know, some type of monster.
He felt human, but corrupted.
Like I said,
Like,
some type of monster.
fair enough. Flame just, like, goes up onto your shoulder and he's like, "We're almost there. I feel it." Do you feel it too?
I shake my head.
As you enter a clearing, a very familiar scent hits you. And as you look around, you can see tents, but not of humans, not of dragonborn, but of elves. It's as you continue to move on in this clearing, they all seem to look at you and smile, and you can see that they're happy. As the scent gets stronger, eventually, someone just stands in your path. He's a little disheveled, but you can tell that he's been trimming the hair on his face after you said something to him. And he's looking at you and he's like, "Daughter, what are you doing here?"
I'm not your daughter. This isn't my town.
It may not be your town, but these are your people.
I would know my people when I see them.
As you say this, you can see something like flake away on his face. A little bit. And as it starts to peel a little more, you see like a pure white underneath his cheek. And Yin just points her axe out at the cart. These aren't elves. Are they?
I don't know what they are, but he's certainly not my father.
As one of them runs up. Really? We're gonna try and claim that one's your daughter? Dude. That's a pure elf? Half of us look like half elves. And clearly they're not with the kingdom. They're running around in a covered wagon with probably borrowed horses. The second man walks up, and you see just the pure like mat that he had on his face go away, and it's pure white underneath. You are with the queen. Don't tell him we're here. We're changeling. Kind of supposed to be a regulated people, right?
I look back to Yin. Put your axe away as I hop out of the cart.
She slides the axe away. He steps back, and you kind of watch him like reach a hand behind his back.
Don't try anything. I'm a lot more powerful than you. I
Yeah,
actually should roll an intimidation check.
go ahead.
Oh, I wouldn't have done anything. It's a fucking 3.
He still keeps his hand behind his back for security reasons. I don't know if you're with the kingdom, traders, hunters, whatever.
I'll tell you the situation if we can go somewhere in private.
Okay. Have the cart follow me as he begins to walk on the road, eventually hitting a small tent that barely looks big enough to fit 2 people in it comfortable. And he's like, come inside. That's all I got right now. You should sit down. The the roof's kind of collapsed into one side where his bedroll is. the other side's like still standing, but it's lopsided. And you can, as you look up through like at the tent roof, you can notice like a bunch of squares where he's had to like patch holes and things to it. On the front, you can see a couple of holes where basically looks like this tarp that he put over is a very well used. And other than the bedroll, it doesn't seem to be anything else inside this tent. And outside, there wasn't much either. You could see a small campfire he made, but then quickly put out. But looks like he hasn't been in town for very long.
First things first, what's your name?
Do you want my real name or my changeling name?
You decide.
My real name is Charles. Changeling name is Ulthar.
Charles it is. I'm Luna. And this is Yinro.
Nice to meet both of you.
You were right about us being in the capital. But or with the capital. But it's not from this era.
You look like it. And I'm mainly talking about this one. Yin's like, hey, no offense. I'm a little bit of a historian. You have a lot of items that would have been seen as precious back.
I bring out the letter from 75 years ago from our queen.
And as soon as he sees this, you see him like pull out like a small pouch and get like a little looking glass, and he's like, he looks at you and he's like, huh. I never knew the old queen had such good handwriting.
That's not the point.
No, it isn't. And I know it's not everywhere, but around here, we changelings are regulated.
Well, she was our queen. She's the one we served under. She went out and had us find a relic. Lo and behold, the relic was a time warping object. As
He
soon as
looks
we picked
down.
it up. Sorry.
No, keep talking, but as you're talking, he looks down and you see him like pull out like a bunch of documents, and he just starts scrolling through them, and he's like, time turning. And he puts, as you finish your sentence, he puts the book towards you, and he points towards a page that looks exactly similar to the object you had, and he's like, is this your relic?
I look down at the book and look back to you and Jin. And then I look back to Charles. How do you know of this relic?
An old philosopher, long before your queen, had made a series of books telling of the relic. They were objects created by the races to help in dire situations. They were called the Great 13. Afterwards, the smiths from these kingdoms continued to make weapons. And I can only think of 8 so far that had come out and been found. And telling by the symbol around your neck, you actually know one of the manufacturers or one of the smiths of one of them.
I look to my necklace. Huh?
Your mother. She was one of the smiths that helped make the great weapon.
I pull out the dagger that my mother had made.
He looks at it and he looks at you and he's got a curious look. You have her eyes.
You knew my mother?
A little. I got to meet a couple of the smiths. It's also why I have this, and he shows the book back to you. The thing you found, the Time Turner, its official name is the Weaver of Sand. And you see him kind of scrolling down, where it was later called the Fate Changer, because it had the ability to change time around you and change decisions that you have made.
Um, well, I think it took a liking to me because anytime I would say certain words, even if I don't have the staff with me, it will do as I say.
He closes the book with a snap and he's like, "So you became bonded with it?" And he just puts a hand to his nose and he's like, "Well, that's a problem."
Not like I wanted to. We found this out in the Capitol.
It's not a bad thing, but that's not the best. The great weapons have a reputation for causing bad luck to their wielders.
Do you think it could have bonded to me because it was one that my mother helped make?
He he thinks it over and he's like, most likely. It seems to either take a liking to those that have the heart and will to wield it, or the blood that runs through their veins.
Well, that explains why 75 years passed
Yes.
within a single moment.
He looks at you and he's like, you could always go back. You don't have to stay here.
I look to Yin, and then I look back to Charles. It's complicated.
Always is. But you're probably the best thing right now for that. Because as long as you're bonded with it, nobody can use it against the kingdom.
The thing is, it's with the Queen right now.
And it's in even safer hands. He looks at you two for a second. I have a job. If you're willing to help.
Depends on what it is.
You remember how I said that people don't like changelings around here? It's because of a war general here in Alexandria. He has kind of a dislike for us. You mind rough him up? Setting him straight?
I look back to Yin.
Yen's like, gives you a shrug and she's just like, wouldn't help, but if it gets to the queen, it's gonna kind of look bad on us.
To be fair, we're technically not her disciples.
She gives a nod and she's like, bro? So what's the play?
How about this? We do what he asks, and if it gets back to the Queen, we'll tell her to talk to our Queen. The one who gave us orders to protect mankind. And elfkind.
And orc kind and dwarf kind and
Yeah, you
and
get what I mean.
she just starts rambling on. And he leans forward as she's doing this and he's like, is she normally like this or
More than you know, as I go over to Yin and slap her in the face.
she gets out of her like a robotic stand. She's like, just looks at him. All right, where do we find him? He's like, northwest,
Got a
Fort
name?
Greyhaven. Fort Greyhaven. And you'll know who it is. Big man, nice shiny beard, curly mustache, keeps his armor nice and shiny. And you could tell he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth and up his ass.
I look to him. You realize I'm a high elf, so I would still need a name because I'm technically in the same rank he is.
I think last I heard his name was. He stops and thinks for a second and then immediately is like Grayville. Grayville, Greyhaven. Grave Hills have always had Fort Greyhaven.
That's if they're still around.
And he looks at it and she's like, pretty sure you're right. Though I'm pretty sure the fort's a lot bigger than what you remember it to be.
It's fine, we'll get around. After all, we do have a letter from the Queen and proof to where they would have to let us in.
He nods and they narrows his eyes. How long have you guys been doing this? Fighting a good fight.
Um, do you want before time change or after time changed?
Before.
For me, I served under the Queen for about 15 years, but I served for my country for about 150.
He looks at you and he just nods. Well dedicated service. Alright. He looks again. Worked for the Queen for 5 years. And then before that was hopping around, jumping around, underground fighting, a little bit
Destroying
of
villages.
destroying villages, setting siege to things. Basically just being a mercenary, right? Wherever I could find it.
Don't mind her. She likes fighting and she likes setting things on fire.
What? They're fun! Setting things on fire, then punching that fire. Or punching something, then setting it on fire. Doesn't have to specifically be in those two orders.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Before we go, as I turn back to Charles, what's in it for us?
Good meal, place to stay, and maybe a little bit of gold once we can round it up.
We, as in you?
We, as in the village, these people. That are stuck out here with nowhere to go.
Is it because of him? Because I know the queen now would not stand for it.
Yeah, it's only because of that bastard. Everything would try and get to the higher ups within the capital or just other generals and lieutenants seems to get counterbalanced by him and his men saying, oh, we're not doing that. And even showing proof that they're not doing it. But we wouldn't be out here if he wasn't.
Um, are we in like an area with birds?
Uh, yes, you are.
Would I be able to get like a small bird as a um I can't really do another familiar. I want
Uh,
something to where I can give it to him, and then if something happens, he would be able to send that bird out to me, and then I deal with whatever problem he has.
actually, I think I actually do have a solution.
Because I mean, I can do a pet, but a pet wouldn't be the same thing.
Uh, he like rummages around in his bag for a second before pulling out a stone and throwing it to you. It's a sending stone. I need to talk to you. Just have it around. You'll hear me. If you need to talk to me, you got that. I think sending. Because it's basically just sending or message. Yep.
Okay. I take it and put it in my bag.
Mm. It'll allow anything in the field while you're out there, making sure he gets the message. If anything happens back here, I can easily be like, "Hey," and you watch as he like touches the sending stone, and you hear yours like uh start lighting up like a speaker. Hey, we have a problem. Just like that.
I nod. Um, um, as I give him a piece of my clothing. Keep this with you at all times. If you need something, uh, if you need me to come back here immediately, this will allow me to teleport.
He takes it and nods. Will do. Yeah, he looks at you too. But before you do anything, I suggest you get a rest, you get a good meal in your stomach, whatever. Just to like stay in town for a little bit, let the townspeople get used to you. Because who knows if you're going to be coming back often.
Why wouldn't we?
Jin looks at you and he looks at you. You work for the queen?
Keep in mind, not your queen.
But you still take orders from her.
No, she just asked us for help.
Fair enough. Why am I yawning so much? As you, as he kind of like stands up and begins to leave the tent, he turns around. Anything particular that you two want?
She wants me. I don't really care. But make sure to keep this conversation between us. I don't want it to get out.
He looks at you and he's like, "What conversation?"
I smile and nod.
As you like sit down and like join some of the people to eat, he brings over one yen, a plate of rib, and then he brings you over like some stew, and he's like, "This is Old Ma's stew, said to have mystical properties."
I take it and I smile.
As you're eating, you can see more of like the people's face like change. They get out like their elven forms and like human, all that, and you see more of their like pure white skin that they have underneath. And they just seem to look over and smile at you. They don't have fear in them anymore like they used to.
Why does everyone smile at me?
Because you just have that nice, charismatic face.
But they know I'm a true elf. Wouldn't they have some resentment towards me?
Yeah, but you've also proven that you're a really nice elf. And for most of the areas that you're in, they don't really have any resentment for what happened between the elves and the dragonborn. It's mainly the main ones that were affected that have the resentment.
Well, I'm sorry we didn't get back in time to stop any of it.
Charles is like, it's not your fault. When things happened back then, a lot happened that made the world different.
No kidding. As I pull out the Tabaxi's bag that had the cookies in it.
Charles looks at it and he's like, so you're friends with Tabaxi. What's new for elves?
Not all elves are. I knew the chief from my time because I ended up saving him. He took me back to um, his camp, and I met everyone there, including his mate and his son. Now that um, they have passed on, the son has taken over and now has a daughter. And there was a crazy doctor who was experimenting on creating massive weapons out of um, tabaxis and another beast person.
He
And
just looks at you and he's just like, don't, don't finish that. Don't finish that story, please.
I wasn't going to go into detail, but okay.
It,
As I eat the rest of my soup.
I'm already a squeamish person, and just hearing that he was using tabaxis and other races, I don't want to hear anything else. I I don't like violence in the sort, and asking you to do such a thing to the general was not the best thing for me to ask.
Even though we were able to return the people back to their tribes, back to home, back to families who missed them, who were worrying about them. You didn't want to know that?
I'm glad that they're back, but when the war between the Dragonborn and the elves died down, there was still stigmatism with races that sided with the Dragonborn or the elves. Changelings were one. And that came to harm my family. Lost my parents, lost my home.
I'm sorry you lost everything.
I know my sister's still out there somewhere. She left home before I could barely walk. So that's why I don't like violence.
Understood.
As he continues to eat, he looks over at Yin and he kind of looks at you. Do you know her story?
Yin?
Yeah.
Not really. We met on the night that we searched for an object for our queen. But since then, she's kind of fallen in love with me and honestly has saved my life multiple times.
He like looks, his eyes dart between you and her. Uh, what? I I thought she would have, with how she, I, did- I thought she would have liked guys. Like he constantly keeps stuttering until he says that.
Who's to say she doesn't?
Fair enough. Yin eventually finishes and she comes over to you guys. So what you talking about?
You.
And hopefully it's only good. Charles just responds with an eh.
He just asked what I knew about you.
Uh, basically nothing. I before you already know what I did before I joined. I was a part of the Crimson Hawks, an infamous raiding group. But when that fell through, I turned to being a mercenary. Before that, I lived in a small, quaint town and kind of screwed up. And after that, I ran away from home, joined the Hawks, learned that I just really like to fight, and also that rage is one of the best things to supplement for strength.
You forgot a part.
What did I forget?
That you fell in love with an elf.
Yeah, but that's after I joined the Queen.
Yes, but he asked about you up till now. What I knew about you. And I knew that you fell in love with me.
And I still don't know if you love me.
Nor will you ever.
Not even on my deathbed?
Nope.
Wow. Harsh.
I laugh.
Charles laughs with you. God, I heard a bunch of fools. Or at least a fool. I hired a straight man and a fool. I I hired a comedy act.
What can I say? We're on the road for years at a time.
What, next time you're gonna appear in town, you're just gonna put a sign outside of a comedy club and be like, Yin and Luna, comedy special.
I stretch as I yawn.
Yin, you watch as Yin like pops her neck and she's like, so, or do we get beds or do we have to sleep in a cart? And Charles is like, I got 2 bedrolls and you can sleep under the stars or you can go sleep in your cart.
I go to the cart and pull out my bedroll and put it down by the fire.
You watch as Yin doesn't grab her bedroll out. You just see her just grab the mound of blankets that she had, like the 3 or 4 blankets, along with the dragon and flame. And she just sprawls it out on the other side, and she's like, she doesn't even get it like fully laid out before you just see her just droop her head in, and it's out cold.
I look at the fire as I say, I think it's supposed to thunderstorm tonight.
And immediately Yin is up, and she's like, "What the fuck? Don't do that." Charles just laughs. All right, so the big, strong, muscular woman is afraid of thunderstorm. We
Yeah,
all,
just a little bit.
and Yen responds with, "We all have something we're afraid of. Mine just happens to be a natural thing."
I look to her. And what's the thing that you found that I'm afraid of?
Uh, Truth be told, I actually forgot.
Because I haven't been afraid of anything.
And Charles just laughs. You two are really good friends.
Well, after spending the last almost 80 years together, there's no wonder why we're this close.
As Yen puts her head back into the blanket, she's just like, yeah, we're gonna be doing this even longer now. But can't complain.
I start to fall asleep by the fire.
As you fall asleep, you gently feel somebody put a like fully put the bedroll and a blanket over you. And just a soft kiss on the forehead as you fall asleep.
So take a long rest.
Yep.
Also, you didn't take 23 points of damage off of your health whenever
Oh
we
yeah, I
were
didn't.
fighting.
That I actually forgot to do. Wow, my brain is not the best right now. But how bad was? Oh, not that much.
Alright. Do you want to call it there or do you want to keep going?
Let's call it there.
Okay. So, because we're calling it there, I am going to go ahead and end stream. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video.